Hello there, fellow NPCs. I am Scythe, and today we're getting back into Everlasting Summer. It is day 5, and we are headed towards the Lena path. We haven't really started that one yet, because that happens on day 6. But we are currently trying to flirt more with her and get both good, bad, and good ending. Currently, we are on the good track, because that you just need to score points. And I have the track sheets right behind me. Track sheets? That's not right. The sheet. That's what I have. And yeah. So, day 5 is just about to begin, and we're here having some sort of nightmare, it seems. So, let's go. We ran with the last of our strength, like those who run for their precious lives, like a doomed person, knowing that there is no hope to save his life, will still fight the inevitable and his own fate. I barely managed to close the heavy metal door behind me. Okay, so we're dreaming about... Yeah, exactly. I have no idea how deep this bomb shelter is, or if it's able to withstand a nuclear blast, but we have no other place to hide, so let's flash past this. So I don't remember what we're doing here. I guess we're going for the ingredients to fix the cake. No, that was in the library. What is this then? I don't remember. Anyway, I guess here. I always took good care of my health, and even better care of the times when something starts to hurt badly. So without hesitation, I made my way to the infirmary. Right in front of the door, I stopped as if some mysterious force was holding me. I had absolutely no desire to face the camp nurse without an urgent need, but on the other hand, I almost did a great deed yesterday defending the infirmary. So in some sense, she owed me. I took heart and opened the door. Hi, Pioneer. Hello. I'm sorry that I was so late yesterday. It wasn't a problem at all. Why have you come? Are you sick? She smiled slyly. Well, I got my feet a bit... You got a bit what? My feet. I gave a stupid answer. Okay. Show me. I sat on the couch and took off my boots. How did you manage that? I'd better keep silent about what happened near the washstands. Oh, okay. So yeah, we were seeing Juliana and Alyssa naked by the showers again, washstands. Did we hurt ourselves doing that during that? I don't remember. Well, oh, okay, no, we didn't get hurt. We're just pretending to have a hurt foot. Okay, never mind. Wait a second. She rummaged in the drawer and took out a big red pill with a cross-shaped notch from a vial. And what is that for? I was disturbed by the size of the pill and its strange shape. They are broken in halves usually, not in quarters. Okay, I thought it would be big and, needed to go up somewhere. This is to make the amputation of your legs unnecessary. What? Nothing. Okay, I was taken aback by that. Nothing. Don't be afraid. Why is she leaning over like this? I mean, I know this is called Scene with Viola, but still. Pioneer. You'll take it, and it will be all right. And this pill, why does it look like that? That's for patients who refuse to take medicines perorally. We screw it into them with a screwdriver then. I don't dare to ask her where they were being screwed in, actually. And now, try to bury it a bit. She took a big pack of cotton wool, wrapped a bud with it, and applied a plenty of iodine to it. I braced myself for torments of hell. I moaned quietly. But my trust in the method of disinfection was much higher than in the odd pill, so I had to withstand the burning. Now, it's done. I put on my boots and tried to walk. My feet were still hurting, but the sharp pain was gone. Okay, so we were injured. Thank you. Don't mention it. Drop in anytime. Pioneer. Yeah, she's not a good guy. I said goodbye and left the infirmary. My health problem was solved. It's the right time to eat now. So we're going to the canteen. Have we gone through this? We have. Oh, now we're going to pick strawberries. So we're going with Lena, of course. We've seen this. I will be flashing by this. And now, I try to find out what Alyssa and Lena are arguing about. Because now we're back in for the hike. It's going real fast this time around. Only Lena and Alyssa stood out in all this splendor. Well, of course, it was quite natural for Alyssa to be arguing with someone like that. But hearing Lena talk in a raised voice, I came closer silently, trying to find out what was going on. No, you listen to me. I'm not going to listen to anything. Really? Great then. Alyssa turned away and her eyes met mine. At first, she obviously was confused about what was going on, but then... So, you're eavesdropping. What? Me? No! She began slowly advancing on me, and I took a few steps back. Lena, however, remained standing where she was. Well, okay then. Listen. Alyssa stopped halfway and turned back to Lena. By the way, did you know he was peeping on me today? What? Peeping, and he saw everything. Is that true? Lena wrung her hands distressedly, gave me a quick glance and started staring at the ground, as if she was cut off from the world. No, nothing like that happened. Having thrown an angry glance at Alyssa, I came up to Lena. Why are you denying it? I even have a witness. Your witness is even worse than you. So do you stick to your claim that it didn't happen? I took a second to think. But really, why do I have such a pathological desire to exonerate myself before Lena? As though I vitally need her opinion on me to remain unchanged. Though, how would I know what she was thinking? It didn't happen. Lena threw a baleful look at Alyssa and raised her eyes to me right after that, eyes full of discomfort and hope. It suddenly became unbearable to stare into those eyes. It didn't happen, I repeated less confidently. Well, whatever, Alyssa sneered from behind me. It's up to you to decide who to trust. She said it to Lena offhandedly, then turned away and headed to the bonfire. But wait, isn't she supposed to knock her out? Or is that when we are on the bad path, perhaps? Is that true? I felt uncomfortable, like a fish out of water, feeling the urge to end this as fast as possible. And why should I have to excuse myself to her? Well, so what if it did happen? I looked at Lena boldly, but noticed only a bright sunset gleam reflecting a tear which was going down her cheek. No, I meant... You don't need to lie. She wiped off her tears and tried to smile. After all, it's none of my business. No, why isn't it? But why is it? It's just that it was an accident. Get it? An accident which was caused by Juliana, nothing more. Yeah, sure. It's true. I believe you. Lena was saying everything with absolutely no emotion, like she didn't care at all what was going on. I was almost able to believe it, and her tears a few seconds ago. Seems to me that you don't. What is this, some kind of a game? Lena said quietly, but there was a hint of anger in her tone. You really need to convince me of that? And even if I believed you, what then? Would it all become true? I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I just want you to understand that I'm not guilty, and didn't want to. Why should I care at all? Lena shouted. I was standing with my back to the bonfire, but I was sure all the pioneers had turned in our direction. If you want to peep at someone, do it. Do whatever you want, but why do you bother me? I'm not. Or really. From any point of view, it looked that way. I'm trying to excuse myself to Lena with no success. Like a guilty child. Or maybe even like a husband who'd slipped up. Just so you know, I don't care. Lena turned away and headed back to the camp at a fast walk. I didn't try to stop her. Now it certainly wasn't the best solution. She is on the edge. No attempt to convince her, to appeal or to reason would help. Since when is she like that? Screaming that way. Getting mad. With those thoughts in mind, I returned to the bonfire and sat down on a wooden log. So, Alyssa asked after seating herself nearby. What? Not a great success, huh? As you see, I growled out while picking at the coals with a stick. It grew completely dark and the glade was plunged into darkness. The surrounding landscape was reminiscent of a picture from a child's book about a wood monster. An unknown forest creature is just about to spring out from behind a tree. Predatory owls hoot menacingly in tree branches. Even mice looking out from snags stare at you with distrust. I was not afraid of that moment. Everything was different from the previous day, when I was in the dungeon at the old camp. The moon was shining brightly, paying close attention to our brave troop. The world was sleeping, waiting for the morning, bathing in the moonlight. As I thought, though it was expected. But why? I finally managed to pick up the largest burning log and throw it into the center of the fire, causing the flames to rise up, about a meter high, and a vortex of sparks to spread out in all directions. Does Lena often behave like that? How? Screaming at others. I couldn't believe she would act in such a way. She is human, like anyone else. Alyssa giggled. As if you hadn't noticed this before. What hadn't I noticed? Her? What do you mean? I mean, this is her true face. What do you mean, true face? Oh, you're so stupid. Finish what you started. She's not what she seems like, not like how you thought of her before. So how is she? Okay, I'm sick of this. Alyssa stood up, intending to leave. I didn't say anything, just sat and listened to the silence of the forest. By the way, if you want to follow her, I think she's on the island. On what island? The one where you were gathering strawberries today. And what is she doing there? Ah, you really are an idiot. Alyssa stomped the ground, circled the campfire and sat opposite. I must have really lost track of things. My head was absolutely blank. To be precise, it was so heavy and full, so that not even a single idea would have the chance to dwell there. If I could compare my brain at its prime to a broad highway full of speeding thoughts, overtaking each other and causing giant chaotic crashes, then now it's nothing but a forgotten tiny path in a distant desolate forest, which is only used in times of absolute necessity. I tried to think over what had happened, analyze it somehow, but it seemed it was bashing against an invisible wall. Moreover, it was impossible for me to find a single emotion in my soul, any response, as if it had all happened to someone else. I failed to convince Lena that I'm not guilty. Should I care? Lena cried, screamed, and then left. So what? I don't feel anything about it. Should I? I bit my lip until it bled and stood up. I couldn't bear to stay here among these laughing pioneers. I should run away. It doesn't matter where to. To the forest, to the mine, even to space. I don't care. Just as long as I can get far away from here. I seized the moment when the camp leader was looking in the other direction and vanished into the forest shadow. There had been no rain for a long time. However, I'm not sure whether it rains here at all. What a stupid idea. Of course it does. The plants need some moisture. The night was fresher than the afternoon, but the air still hadn't had enough time to cool. I felt a little dizzy from the evening stuffiness. Suddenly, I realized that I really wanted to swim. It's quite normal desire because these days are hot and and you constantly feel soaked with sweat during the daytime. I didn't even notice that I'd been approaching the pier. Why not the beach? Thoughts of Lena came over me again. Everything that I tried to ignore came out, and I brought lots of inconvenient questions, inappropriate answers, and vague desires. It was obvious that I had been led to the pier by my subconscious. But what do I really want? To apologize to her for something? To convince her of something? No, unlikely. I just wanted to get some sort of reaction from her. Wanted her to say, yes, I understand everything, and just smile. And then I could stop myself from feeling like that. It was necessary for me to be understood by someone, even in this world. I untied the boat, pushed it into the water, got in and took up the paddles. It was easier to row this time. My hands were still hurting, but I managed to develop some sort of technique that allowed me to travel quite directly. The river seemed frozen, spreading under the boat like a translucent veil. The moonlight was piercing deep into the water, so it was almost possible to see the bottom. I started rowing. Surprisingly, the island now seemed the same as it did in the daytime. Here usually everything is different. After dusk it felt like another world, a mystery world, scary at times but beautiful in its own way, a world of shadows and whispers, a nocturnal world. I slowly walked around the island, looking for the boat which Lena took to come here. The grass softly rustled under my feet. The occasional waves peacefully struck the shore and bounced back like flies too tired from beating on the glass. The breeze from the water lazily stirred the leaves of the trees, out of habit rather than a real desire to make the night grove sing. I looked at this wonderful picture with such delight that I didn't even notice something until I stumbled into it. It was a boat. Well, of course, she wouldn't get in here by swimming. I headed towards the center of the island. After 100 meters, I heard a rustling from behind a tree. "Don't come any closer," Lena whispered. I hesitated. "Don't come any closer," she said louder. "How do you know it's me?" Though she hadn't indicated that she had known that. "All right." I leaned against a tree, trying to not look behind it. "Alyssa told me that you would be here." So what? It was difficult for me to know what emotions Lena was experiencing. Her voice was steady enough. Even though I could read irritation and annoyance in it, I could not understand whether she was angry or whether it was all the same to her. It came out awkward. I was doing my best to avoid unnecessary apologies and excuses, but I couldn't find other words to use instead. "Was that the only reason you came?" "No. Well, I don't know." "You don't know, but you still came?" "Yes." "You shouldn't have." "Why? Of course, if I'm bothering you." "Why are you following me?" She was right. It certainly looked that way. Moreover, I definitely felt attracted to her. "You shouldn't think like this." "How should I think?" "I don't know. I can only draw conclusions based on your behavior." "I really don't know. I guess I'd better go." I was confused. It was harder just to be near her. "Why? Since you came." He seemed to hear a playful tone in her voice. "Playful? Really now?" "All right." "And?" "What? What did Alyssa tell you?" "Nothing special." "I see." "Yeah." "Well then." "Yep." We just stayed silent for a while. "Since you came, tell me about something." "Well, I don't know. For example, about what happened this morning." "What about what happened this morning?" "You know." "You yourself didn't want to talk about it." "I didn't want to, but now I want to." Lena's voice trembled. I couldn't understand what was happening at all anymore. Maybe it's not her behind the tree. "Don't look." Okay, but what's wrong?" "Nothing. Just don't look. Alright, as you wish. So nothing happened? Well, something did, but that was all just a silly accident. Then why are you so worried about what I think about it? I'm not worried. And anyway, you yourself. I said louder, beginning to feel irritated. What about me? Why are you so concerned about this? You said that I'm concerned about this situation. Then what? Nothing. She said in a whisper and fell silent. Such talk would lead us nowhere. Lena won't say anything, and I seem to be too stupid to guess, or even just to be sure about myself. Sorry, I guess it's all my fault. I just cannot understand. Why? What? Why do you keep apologizing? For everything? For what you did? For what you're doing? Even for what you haven't done yet? But maybe she was right, but I couldn't have behaved differently. I felt the need to apologize to her, to everyone. So they would not think badly of me, wouldn't laugh at me, so I can put away something unsaid and eliminate misunderstandings. Anyway, that's your business. Lena got angry. Apologize, make excuses, why should I care? Okay, well, I'm not guilty. In fact, I don't think I could be blamed for anything, but then what's wrong? What is wrong with you? Why would something be wrong with me? I don't know, I just think so. Oh, you just think so? She laughed. You speak as if you know me. I did not answer. Please leave, Lena said after a while. I didn't move, just could not, and no strength to do so. I wanted nothing at that point. Didn't want to excuse myself, to apologize. I didn't even want her understanding. I was too tired of everything. Why? Just leave, she whispered. I don't want to. Then I'll leave. Let's just go together. No. How long are you going to be offended? By what? What's wrong with you? Everyone here behaves normally except you. I did not care what my words meant, as if they had been said by someone else and the topic of conversation meant nothing. You really don't understand anything. Alyssa was right. About what? Never mind. I closed my eyes to think it over. No, I can't go. I don't understand. I don't know what to think, what to do. And since when did I stop worrying about my situation in this world? Or how to get back? Since when was the only thing I could think about Lena, or how others would look at me, or how my actions looked from the other side? It's just stupid, and it's not like me. In fact, it's inappropriate in this situation. In short, I didn't do anything and don't intend to justify things which I didn't do. There was no reply. Hey, do you hear me? I finally decided to see who was actually hiding behind the tree, but no one was there. So she left. I rushed over to Lena's boat, but she was already far away, almost near the pier. Whatever, I shouted and walked along the shore. I got back relatively quickly and without much trouble. However, my hands still ached terribly, and my eyes were closing themselves. Probably such a physical and, more importantly, emotional load is too much for one person. I walked slowly towards the camp leader's cabin, staring down at my own feet and thinking about nothing. Someone called to me at the square. Hey! Alyssa ran up to me. Have you been to the island? Yes. To tell the truth, I didn't want to talk to her about anything, but I already didn't have the strength to lie to her. And how did it go? Doesn't matter. I'm very tired and I'm going to sleep. Come on, tell me. Her face had such a nasty grimace that I shuddered with rage. Why should you care? Well, she murmured in dismay. Mind your own business. I snapped and quickened my pace towards the cabins. Alyssa did not try to stop me. Annoyingly, Olga Dmitrievna had not returned yet, and I could not find my key. What if I lost it? The only thing I could do was wait. I plopped down in the deck chair and closed my eyes. My heart was heavy and my soul was being torn apart by vague expectations. From time to time, I had a feeling that I was already dead, just without realizing it, and had been thrown into hell. But really, instead of trying to get out of here, I'm spinning on a diabolical roundabout and it goes faster and faster. I'm becoming more and more involved into the life of this world, of this camp. As if I had no past life, the real one. As if I was always interested in the opinions of others. Damn it, I never cared about it. Why right here? Why right now? I recalled the face of Lena, in tears. Yeah, probably not the opinions of others, but her opinion was the one I cared about. I heard the far footsteps and after a while Olga Dmitrievna appeared. She looked at me for a few seconds, seemed like she was about to say something, but then she just sighed, opened the door with her key and went in. I followed her. Shapeless shadows, blurry memories, fragments of feelings and emotions swirled in my head for a long time. For so long that after a while I couldn't tell where I was or what was happening to me. The only salvation was sleep. So we're going to sleep right away? Yeah, it seems so. Day 6, Lena path. Ooh. Yeah. Are we gonna have a dream? I woke up because somebody was shaking my shoulders. Yeah, but I think this is going to be a good place to stop today's episode. Yeah, we just finished day 5 in one sitting, and now we're going into day 6 of the Lena path. So, in the next 2 episodes, we will be going through Lena's good and bad ending. I guess it was going to be the next 2 episodes. We'll see about that. But yeah. We are on a good path, I know that. But it doesn't look good, now does it? We just have to see how it all that turns out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the links down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.